Josh, what was it like to get an opportunity with the first team, get some reps against, ones-on-ones there against Minnesota?
Yeah, it was good. Just all the hard work you do, and finally get to show your hard work. So it's definitely great to be out there.
How difficult is that to know that you would have starter capabilities, you're able to do that, but not really get that shot, but still invest in practice every day? How difficult is that to show up every day?
I just say every day you just attack it the same. You got a routine every day, you follow it. So just keep following your routine, stay into the process. Things will pay off.
You've ripped a lot at center, obviously, in your career. What has playing center and kind of having to understand blitz packages and protections and things like that, how does that help you when you move to guard and you don't have to check a call?
Yeah, I feel like just when you're at center, you're the one making the calls and everything like that. And when you're at guard, you're listening to the center, you're following the center of the orders, and you're just staying in what you're doing at guard.
What has Carson kind of taught you, and what have you learned from him, just kind of about playing offensive line and playing on the interior?
Yeah, Carson, he's definitely helped me a lot. Definitely because he's really good with his brains, so definitely just using his mindset, some of the stuff he does, it definitely helps. I definitely take advantage of what he does.
This may seem like a dumb question, but in terms of the difference between playing center and guard, do you have to adjust anything about the way that you play? Do you have to adjust anything about your mentality?
I'd say probably the biggest thing is just when you're at center, your snap hand. I feel like when you're at center, you're always using your left hand,
right.
But when you're at right guard, you're obviously using your right hand as a first strike punch.
Have you repped at left and right guard?
Last year I was playing left guard a little bit when Donovan was hurt,
yeah.
And then I didn't play any right guard. And then this year I started repping right guard during the season.
So theoretically, if they needed you, you could play left guard and play center, you could play right guard, you could play
just playing wherever the coaches need me, to be honest.
Josh, how much have you talked to Luke about entering late in the season last year and then finding a role and winning a national championship as a starter and if you are needed to be inserted into the lineup, have you talked to Luke to draw off of what that process has been like?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, Luke's definitely helped me a lot. From me starting to play guard, I'm definitely asking him a lot of tips and asking him and Tegra both for tips and how my footwork and my angles, my angle of departure, stuff like that.
Josh, this offensive line seems to play with a different attitude from last year's group. What's different? What do you feel is different?
I feel like both of these groups, we've just gone out there and just attacked every single opponent we've gone against. I feel like as an offensive line, we think of it's basically everybody against us. So just going out there, just playing as hard as we can, showing everybody we can do it. I feel that's a big thing we took advantage of.
Does that attitude come from the experience you guys had last year when you guys had to play with so many people down like that?
Basically, yeah.
Luke talked last week about how he liked to put people in the dirt. It seems like this offensive line, he's kind of hinting at there, just kind of has a little bit of a nastier streak to it.
A little edge to us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you get that.
Yeah,
you feel that.
100%.
Right?
Yeah, we definitely all have a little edge to us. Definitely, we all have something to prove. So.
Do you think that I don't know, it kind of seems like Phillip has always had that. Do you think he kind of drives that a little bit, or?
Yeah, I think when Phillip came, it's definitely the notch definitely turned. It turned some, so it definitely we were like, oh yeah, this is the guy we need. So
you guys, was there an intensity that you guys had to reach, and Phillip kind of helped you get there, or?
It's basically just all of us coming together, and we're all playing together. So.
What are you seeing from the young guys, Zion and Jarquez, in practice?
They've definitely stepped up a lot. Jarquez is definitely one of those guys we're going to see for the next couple of years. I think he's a really good player. He runs his feet and plays to the whistle. Zion Grady's a really good player. He knows how to use his. He's really he's agile, flexible, and he knows how to use his hands. So.
Who do you think pushes you the most in practice?
Probably Kane McDonald. K-Mac definitely pushes me to my limit. Definitely. We definitely go at it back and forth, so yeah, definitely came at. Probably Will Smith too.
Was there a rep or a practice or a week that you kind of started to feel like, not that you get it because you've been here for a while now, but that you were really starting to make the push to where you were going to get some reps at the first team?
Yeah, I feel like when I started when everything started to click was definitely this spring ball. I feel like that's when I started to get in my groove. I knew what I was doing. I feel like that was definitely where I started to be like, okay, yeah, now I get this.
You used to wrestle in high school, right?
Yeah.
How do you take that mentality into being on the offensive line for Ohio State?
Yeah, I just say my one-on-one battles in wrestling, that's all you do every match or one-on-one. It's you versus you. So going out there with the you versus you mentality, knowing that everything's on the line. So
Is it pretty similar?
kind of, but you have a whole team now. There's 5. You're 5 playing as one now.
I don't know if you heard what Ryan said the other day, but he basically said, you're a starting quality player, and then there were, because of what you had done, he was in the mention lineup. When can you start to sense that, or when did you start to sense that, hey, I'm getting close to playing time here? Was it something that you heard from the coaches, or was it, hey, you're going in? Was it pretty?
It's just like every single day you're attacking. You have the same routine. You're going out there. You're practicing as hard as you can, and everything's going to pay off when you practice hard.
Joshua, you play one of the most anonymous positions in football. It's rare to find a celebrity offensive lineman. That said, you play for the Ohio State Buckeyes. Can you go around Columbus and get recognized?
Nah. I mean, sometimes I do, but sometimes I don't. But it's kind of like a 50-50. You never really know. Like it'll be the most random times I'll get recognized. So.
Does the coaching staff give you any advice on how to handle celebrity?
Just like basically, Coach they always talk about like stay to yourself. Just don't make things obvious to you. Don't cause a distraction to yourself. So.
Do you like getting recognized? Like, is there a part of you that's like, hey, that's kind of cool? Somebody pointed me out at Kroger, or somebody pointed me out in class, something like that.
I mean, yeah, it's probably it's cool, but if I was like JJ, getting to the point where there's multiple people mobbing, then I feel like that's where it starts to get to people. So.
Joshua, how did it feel last week just to get that opportunity to go in there, be a part of the first team offensive line?
Yeah, it was great. Just showing that all your hard work can pay off is definitely a big thing. I've worked towards this my last 3 years I've been here, so it's definitely been a big thing.
Coach Day was saying he felt like you earned that opportunity. What do you feel like you were able to do in practice to show him that?
Just 46 A to B +2 every single day. So just going out there with a mentality of working hard, and it shows it pays off.
And what is that transition like when you're playing guard for some of your snaps and then going back to center?
Yeah, so when you're at center, you're running the show. You're running the show at the offensive line, and when you're at guard, you're the one listening and following the orders, making the double team calls. So,
which one's harder?
I definitely would say center. Center's definitely hard because you gotta know the front, know the defense, know the personnel. So,
what has Tyler Bowen brought to this offensive line room?
Yeah, he's definitely brought a lot of nastiness out of us. He's getting us on the same page. I feel like that's a great thing he's been doing. Not just him, but Coach Dickey, Coach Johnson, and Austin. They've all been great all together. So.
You mentioned the challenge of playing center. What has Carson done well, in your opinion, in that role this year? Yeah,
Carson's he's done a great job of getting everybody on the same page and going out there just doing his job, and he's doing really good.
You mentioned Bowen kind of getting everybody on the same page and bringing that nastiness. One of the things that you hear a lot from recruits about is how good of a recruiter he is. Obviously, you're not getting recruited, but can you see the allure of what he brings to an offensive line, and can you see how that would show out to kids who are in junior and senior years of high school?
Yeah, 100%. He's a great guy to talk to. He's one of those guys you just have a personal conversation with, and I feel like if I was a recruit, Coach Belton would definitely be one of my favorite O-line coaches.
Why? Yeah.
Just if a recruit sat in our meeting, they'd would just be like, wow, this is a really good coach, and I would want to play for him. So.
Do you feel like you have to do to continue getting more playing time?
Just going out there, what I do all the time, going out there, same routine, practicing as hard as I can, playing 46 A to B +2, just going out there and doing my thing. So.
The cut-ups this week, how many highlights plays have you seen from the Illinois-Indiana game? Because Ryan Day said you got to throw that film out. That's just not who they are. Yeah,
that's not really who they are. Just looking at other games and stuff like that. So
not many plays from that game at all when you're looking at them?
Not necessarily.
What do you see when you do scout them?
They're a great team. They play hard. So.
Do you feel like you could swing out to tackle if you needed to?
Maybe, but might take some time. That might take some time, to be honest. So.
All right. All good.
Thanks, Josh.